Alright guys, good afternoon here from the Philippines. Welcome to this stream flight again for the SkyMedic on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. And this is your virtual captain again, John, and member of Airway Philippines Alliance. And we will be flying this short flight, no, not necessarily a short flight. This is a domestic flight here in the Philippines from north to south. And we will be departing Ninoy Aquino International Airport. And we will be going to Tumbler or General Santos Airport, that is RPMR, and we will be utilizing this Airbus A340. Okay, hindi pa napalitan dito sa settings. There you go, A350 tayo guys, hindi tayo A340. Ayan. And welcome to the stream guys, and if you like this stream, don't forget to hit that like or follow button below in order for you to get notified on our next stream. And I usually stream X-Plane11 flights as virtual pilot, or sometimes as on Euroscope as VATSIM, RPLL or Manila Ground Controller. But for this afternoon, we will be flying here in the Philippines. Okay, time check right now, it's already 25 minutes past the hour of 1 in the afternoon here in Manila, or that will be 0525 Zulu time. Okay, so without further ado, let's go inside our cockpit and see what we have done on our aircraft. Okay, first we will be checking on our load for this flight. We will be expecting 142 passengers on board. There you go. And we have 13.5 kilograms or 13.5 tons of cargo. Zero fuel weight is 170.7 tons, and our center of gravity is 90%. And our fuel for this flight is a total of 19,258 kilograms, and divided as follows, as you can see on my screen right now. Okay, so we will be going to RPMR, that is General Santos International Airport in southern Philippines, technically on the island of Mindanao, southern part of Mindanao, and we will be expecting some 1 hour and 28 minutes of airtime for a cruising altitude of 41,000 feet and 429 knots of speed. Okay, let's review our MCDU. Okay, departure is RPLL, that is Romeo Papa Lima Lima, going to RPMR. Our flight for this afternoon is Philippine 1081. We are live on VATSIM. Cost index is 32, and cruising altitude is 41,000 or flight level 410. So on our init fuel prediction, zero fuel weight is 170.7, center of gravity is 19%, block fuel is 19.2%, and upon checking on our self-loading cargo plug-in, out of 135 passengers, 129 passengers are now aboard, and loading of cargo is already done. For our flight plan, we will have no SID. We'll be maintaining runway heading until 4,000 feet, since we'll be expecting to depart runway 24. And we will be self-vectoring our aircraft to Verde. Okay, so checking on our ex-pilot. Yes, wala pa tayo, walang ATC. However, according to the weather report here on MEDAR in Manila, runway 24 is favorable for departure for winds of 280 degrees at 7 knots. And this was made around 26 minutes ago. So before we finish our MCDU, let's check again the MEDAR in Manila International Airport. So the wind is from the direction of west, 280 degrees with a speed of 7 knots. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. There are a few clouds in an altitude of 2,300 feet, and no ceiling has been observed.
Cabin crew, you can go ahead and open the doors. Thank you.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are on board in Newark.
That's great. Thank you.
Alright, and the temperature and wind chill here are 29 degrees Celsius. The heat index is 32. Dew point is 23 degrees Celsius, and relative humidity is 70%, and the air pressure at sea level is 1011. Okay, so runway 13 tayo. So let's have our briefing afterwards. Okay, this is our flight plan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
you go, na SID tayo for runway 24. Sir, flap setting, figure 1, 136, okay. Okay, let's now set first our perf, 136 V1 and VR. And V2 is 139. We'll be using flaps 1 for this departure, 1 plus Foxtrot, and our flex temperature is 46. Okay. Request data. Okay, there you go. Alright, stand by. Alright, and we're back again. So sorry about that, guys. So let's go back to our... Okay, yeah. So again, runway flap setting will be 1 plus Foxtrot. Runway length natin is 3,457 meters. Okay yan. Gross weight natin is 189,000 kilograms right now. And the center of gravity is 21.1%. Headwind natin is 3.9 degrees. And we are expecting to use 1 Foxtrot, V1 and VR is 136 and V2 is 139 and flex temperature is 46. Okay, I think that's alright already. Okay, so next we'll do is let's have our briefing for this departure. So I said earlier, we will have no SID for this departure. So we are currently parked here at the international wing of Terminal 2 or Centennial Terminal of Ninoy Aquino International Airport. And we're planning to push our aircraft on Kilo facing Golf 4. And our taxi out routing will be after Golf 4. We're going to turn left on Charlie, cross runway 31 and Hotel 1 for runway 24 holding points. Okay, so we're checking again our METAR. And still runway 24 is favorable for our departure. Alright. Okay, let's now start our flight. Strobe lights on auto. Beacon lights on. Logo lights on auto, and seatbelt signs, no smoking signs, and emergency lights are on. Master switch of the APU on, and APU start. So again, guys, welcome to the stream. This is SkyMedic PH on Twitch and SkyMedic on Facebook and YouTube. And we will be in command of this Airbus A350-900 of flight factor with the Philippine Airlines livery, and we'll be flying live in VATSIM as Philippines or Philippine 1081. And we will be departing Ninoy Aquino International Airport, and we will be going to Romeo Papa Mike Romeo. Okay, that is General Santos International Airport, also known as Tumbler Airport in southern Mindanao or southern part of the Philippines. And we'll be just expecting some 1 hour and 28 minutes of airside, and our cruising altitude is 41,000 feet. And we will be transporting 142 passengers and 13.5 kilograms, 13.5 tons of cargo going to General Santos. Alright, guys, if you like this stream, don't forget to hit that like or follow button below in order for you to get notified on our next stream. And usually we stream X-Pilot here as virtual airline pilot here in the Philippines, member of Airway Philippines Alliance, and also I'm a member of VATSIM or VATFIL, and I also stream on Euroscope for Manila Ground Controller, our virtual ground controller. Okay, let's go back to our cockpit. I think our APU is now available. Okay, APU lead is on, APU generator on, and let's now remove our external power. Okay, checking in Manila, we're the only one here. So lahat na sila nag-depart pupuntang Incheon kanina. Okay, so I will be using the checklist for the Airbus A321 just to find the closest possible for the Airbus. But some of the flows here and procedures may not be in order. So since hindi naman ako totoong piloto, I am not a real world pilot, guys. So bear with me. If you have any comments and suggestions for this stream, don't forget to hit that comment section below in order for us to adjust our stream to make it better next time. Okay, RPMR. Okay, saan ba tayo? Rotate. So initial climb natin is 4,000, QNH is 1011. Okay, ayusin muna natin yung dashboard natin. Configuration, slats or flaps, nothing configuration, GPWS is off. Anti-skid is on. GPWS, yung protective windshields natin. Okay. Weather systems natin. Saan yung weather system? Ayun. There you go. Okay, and we're ready to go. Before start checklist, copper peps completed, gear pins and covers removed, signs on auto, adders on nav. Fuel quantity natin, check natin 19.2 tons, check takeoff data, initial climb 4,000. Runway heading tayo mamaya at 241 degrees. And bar reference at 1011. Down to the line, below the line, takeoff window indoors closed, beacon is now on, thrust levers on idle, and parking brakes as required. And we're ready to go. Okay, tayo lang dito again. Okay, Manila Traffic Advisory Philippine 1081 Heavy at Terminal 2 will now commence pushback and start at Kilo facing code 4 for runway 24. Okay, ready to go. Parking brakes release and pressure 0.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, engine mode selector to ignite. No upper process, speed pressure is up. And starting engine number 1.
Mabuhay! Welcome on board this Philippine Airlines flight. Before we depart, we want to let you know how much we care about your safety. This is inspired by everyone in the country for the safety.
Alright, engine number 1 is now stable. Starting engine number 2.
Before settling down, be sure all carry-on items are securely stowed in overhead compartment and small heavy items under the seat. Let us also ensure that all aisles and exit doors are clear of any items.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake set, pressure's up.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Disabling or destroying lavatory smoke detectors is a serious offense. Please set your mobile and tablet devices to airplane mode. Be sure to store large devices at this time. Also, please switch off all your transmitting portable electronic devices. If your gadget slips between the seats, do not adjust the seat. Please call a cabin crew member for assistance.
Alright, engine number 2 is now stable. Engine mode selector to north. Let's now turn off our APU bleed and turn off our APU master switch.
Strap. Grease your seatbelt. Lift the top of the buckle and
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Okay, we'll be using flaps 1. Spoilers arm. Weather systems on. Takeoff configuration set. And we're ready to go. Terrain MD will be on my side. Okay. Manila Traffic Advisory Philippine 1081 will now commence taxi on Kilo Golf 4 left on Charlie cross runway 31 Hotel 1 for runway 24. Nose lights taxi, running turn off lights on, navigation lights on, and we're ready to go. Parking brakes release, pressure 0. Okay, brakes check. Okay, brakes are working. Okay, flight controls check, rudders, full left, full right, neutral, ailerons, full up, elevators full up, full down, neutral, ailerons, full left, full right, and neutral.
To use your life vest, place it over your head. Wrap the belt around your waist and push the end to buckle. Inflate your life vest by pulling down the inflation cords at the bottom or by blowing through the mouth. To release air, push pin inwards. Inflate the life vest only outside the aircraft. Your life vest light will automatically switch on once submerged in water.
We've covered almost everything, but before takeoff and landing, please have your seatbelt securely fastened. Your footrest, tray table, and in-seat monitor stored. Window shade raised, and your seat in an upright position. Daghang salamat.
Now that we're all settled, you can learn more about our in-flight safety procedure when reading the safety card found in the seat pocket in front of you. Also, please be extra careful when handling hot beverages.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax as we're about to take off. We hope you enjoyed this in-flight safety video made by the Filipino, for the Filipino, and for
Clear
the
on the
world.
right, clear on the left.
Mabuhay! From Philippine Airlines, the heart of the Filipino.
Okay, we'll be crossing on active runway, so strobe lights on. Manila traffic, Philippine 181 crossing, runway 31. Manila traffic, Philippine 181 crossed runway 31, will now continue taxiing Charlie to Hotel 1 for holding point runway 06. Correction, runway 24. Alright guys, if you are watching this stream, welcome to this stream flight of Airbus A350-900 of Flight Factor with the Philippine Airlines livery. And yes, we are flying live on VATSIM as Philippines 181. And we will be departing Romeo Papa Lima Lima, that is Manila Ninoy Aquino International Airport, and we will be going to General Santos Tumbler Airports in Mindanao. We'll be expecting some 1 hour and 28 minutes of airtime for a cruising altitude of 41,000 feet, and we will be transporting 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo to General Santos. Alright, and we are now approaching Hotel 1 for our holding point for runway 24, and we will be maintaining runway heading for our departure. Alright, yes, this is our aircraft for this flight, the Love Bus of Philippine Airlines, Airbus A350-900. Alright, so Manila Traffic Advisory, Philippine 181 approaching Hotel 1 for holding point, runway 06 or runway 24. Any aircraft on base and final, please advise. Right guys, we'll have no SID for this departure. We will be maintaining runway heading upon takeoff, and we will be climbing initially to 4,000 feet, and after which we will be possibly directing waypoint Verde for our trip IFR to General Santos. Clear on the left side and clear on the right side. Manila traffic, Philippine 1381 lining up runway 24. Okay, line up muna tayo, guys. Right, there you go. And parking brake set, pressure's up. Strobe lights now on auto. Okay, let's now turn off our runway, turn off lights, landing lights on, and those lights to taxi.
Cabin crew, please for takeoff, please.
Okay, let's wait for them to be seated. So before takeoff checklist. Flight controls check, flight instruments check, briefing is now confirmed, flap setting configure 1V, 1V, RB2 flex temperature 136 blue, 139 magenta, flex temperature is 46, ATC set to, ano yung naka-ATC natin kanina, 1351, kunyari lang, supposed to be dapat hindi 1351. Okay, gawin natin 4401, ayun, there you go. Squawk mode on, squawk mode Charlie is on. Eco memo takeoff no blue down to the line, build the line, takeoff runway 24 confirm, cabin crew advised. TCAS on TARA, engine mode selector to norm, and packs will be off for this departure. And let's wait for our cabin crew to be prepared for our departure. Right, cabin crew is now seated. Right, cabin crew is now seated and we're ready to go. Philippine 1381 rolling runway 24, maintaining runway heading, initial climb 4000, Manila. Okay, no slide to take off, everything is set. Right, parking brakes release, pressure 0, and we're ready to go. Increase power 50%. Right, engines are stable. Band flex 46, SRS runway, auto thrust blue checked. Trusted.
100.
V1.
And rotate. Step climb.
Positive climb.
Gear up. Okay, autopilot 1 engage. Thrust climb check. Manila traffic, Philippine 1381 heavy, now airborne, passing 2,000 feet, maintaining runway heading, climbing to 4,000. Okay, increase natin to 150. Flap 0, speed check, flap 0. Flap 0, speed check, flap 0. Passing green dot, nose lights off, front spoilers disarmed, passing 4,000 feet. And after takeoff climb checklist, landing gear up, flaps retracted, backs are on, down to the line. Okay, let's now fly direct Verde. Manila traffic, Philippine 181 heavy, directing Verde, climbing 150. Bakit kaya nakaset sa QNH? QNH here is not QNH. Transition altitude is 11,000 feet, so wala pa tayo. Alright, there you go guys, and we are now airborne and we are now directing to waypoint Verde. Sir, you the man. Good afternoon, sir. How are you, sir? Kamusta? Alright. Hope you're doing well right now, sir. Okay, good afternoon there from in Malaysia. Bakit kaya QNH ito? QNH natin is 1011. Hindi nakasave dito. Anyway. Anyway, transition altitude here in the Philippines is 11,000. Parang hindi ito nag-set. Naka 5,000 kanina. But nevertheless, we will be setting our QNH to standard after reaching 11,000 feet. Okay, 9,500 feet. $10,000 feet, landing lights off, the turbulence seatbelt signs off. Okay, 11,000 feet. Finish standard set. And after takeoff, flight checklist is complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are free to move about the cabin.
Okay, we'll now be contained to climb to 41,000 feet, our cruising altitude. Traffic advisory, Philippine 1081 will now continue climb to flight level 410, directing waypoint Verde, IFR, General Santos Airport. Terrain ND will be now off, weather systems on. Let's increase our navigation display coverage, and we will be clearing our rad nav. Okay, cleared. Progress page, RPMR runway 04 ba? Ano ba runway to? Limutan ko. Runway, ano ba yung RPMR? Sorry about that. Okay, runway 17 pala, sorry. RPMR runway 17. Okay, according to our progress reports, we will be on our top of descent at 0642. That will be 42 minutes past the hour of 2 in the afternoon here in the Philippines, and we are currently 53 minutes past the hour of 1. So that will be technically less than an hour from now. And we are still climbing to our cruising altitude of 41,000 feet. And according to our flight plan here, we will be reaching our top of climb at 6 minutes past the hour of 2 in the afternoon, or that will be 6 plus 7, so yun, mga 13 minutes from now. And this is our aircraft, the Philippine Airlines Airbus A350-900 flight factor, and we are flying live on VATSIM as Philippine Moons 1081. We are now heading to General Santos International Airport in southern Philippines, and we just departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila. And we are transporting 142 passengers and 13.5 cargo going to our destination. So we're just be expecting 1 hour and 28 minutes of airtime with a cruising speed of 479 knots. And if the tailwind favors our trip, we will be expediting our or lessening our airtime going to General Santos. Ayan. Okay, double checking. We are still at 20,000 feet, guys. So around kalahati pa lang na naakyat natin cruising altitude natin is 41,000. Napakataas. But anyway, malahaba na yung flight natin. Okay, this is your virtual captain again, John, from the Philippines and member of Airway Philippines Alliance, and welcome to this stream flights. You can catch me on Twitch as SkyMedic PH and on YouTube and Facebook as SkyMedic. And I also stream as ATC ground controller for VATSIM here in RPLL or Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Alright guys, for the meantime, sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of our flight. We are now serving food for our passengers. And right now, we will be listening to some music as we soothe ourselves on this early afternoon flight going to General Santos. Enjoy the flight, guys. Alright guys, for those who you just tuned into the stream flight, this is Philippine Airlines flight number Philippine 1081 live on VATSIM. And we are in command of this Airbus A350-900 with the Philippine Airlines livery. And we are now still climbing to our cruising altitude of 41,000 feet going to RPMR, that is General Santos International Airport or Tambor Airport, based in southern Mindanao, in southern part of the Philippines. And we just departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport around 20 minutes ago, and we have 142 passengers on board and 13.5 tons of cargo. And we will be transporting them to General Santos, and our estimated airtime is 1 hour and 28 minutes. Alright guys, for the moment, sit back and relax, enjoy the rest of our flight. This is Sky Medic PH on Twitch and Sky Medic on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to our stream flights. Good afternoon guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve drinks. Please make sure the tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, we just want to let you know we've reached our cruising altitude and we're a bit delayed on departure. But if you can make sure everything is clear out of the aisles and assist our flight attendants, that'd be great. And please enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Hello again guys, and welcome back to our cockpit. Okay, we have already reached our cruising altitude of 41,000 feet, and right now we will be checking. Sir Bet. Well, hello, nice to see you flying, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks, sir. Good afternoon from the Philippines, sir. Alright, so we have reached our cruising altitude of 41,000 feet, and right now we will be checking our fuel on board. So current fuel on board is 15 tons, 139, and our current fuel flow on each engine is 2,614. Okay, so our fuel on board right now is still good for around less than 3 hours of flight time, basing on our current fuel flow. And I think we have some tailwind component on our flight, so maybe let's gonna increase our speed. Okay, so we are now traveling at a speed of Mach decimal 84, and maybe let's increase this to Mach decimal. Okay, let's just make it Mach decimal 87. Okay, just to expedite our trip. So we're just expecting some 1 hour and 28 minutes of airtime going to General Santos International Airport here in the Philippines, and we are maintaining 41,000 feet, and we are now turning, almost commencing the waypoint Tapper, and we will now be directing to waypoint Alambo. Then we'll pass by Iloilo VOR. So that is our home airport here in the Philippines, Iloilo VOR. And again, guys, we are transporting right now 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo going to our destination. And we departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport around 20 minutes ago. And we are expecting 479 knots of speed. Pero okay naman ngayon. I was wondering where you were. I decided to fly the Dash 8 into Manila. Where are you coming from, sir? Sir Brett? All right. Chat settings. Okay. Oh, I did that earlier. I've been trying to learn the Dash 8, so I flew it from... Yeah, you flew from Mactan. You were live on VATSIM. What time was that? You flew from RPBM going to Manila using a Dash 8. Actually, that is one of the aircraft being used here in the Philippines for domestic flights. So are you flying right now, Sir Brett? Okay, so far, we've been checking our destination airport, RPMR. So wala tayong ginagawa ngayon. RPMR. Okay guys, for our destination airport is General Santos International Airport. It's a mid-sized airport in General Santos, Philippines, and the airport has only one runway, that is 17 and 35 configuration. Okay, we will read the airport observations done at 1500 local time, that is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, sobra na isang oras to, hindi pa na-update. Bakit kaya? Ano times na? Okay, RPMR. Okay, Tumbler International Airport. Currently clear weather. Temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Surface winds 53 degrees at 10 knots. Good visibility, more than 10 kilometers. No precipitation reported. And QNH is 1011. And for runway 053, that is favorable for runway 17 for our arrival. All right. Oh, 01 AM Zulu is when I did that. Anong oras bang 01 Zulu time? That is +8, around 9 o'clock in the morning here in the Philippines. Yeah, like 5 hours ago. Yeah, exactly. 9 or 10 in the morning. I was not still at home that time. I'm still driving. But yes, I am flying currently in A300 over New Mexico, heading Memphis to Los Angeles. Really? I've been trying also to fly the Airbus A300, Sir Brett, but you know, I have some problem with my A300. Um, my screen keeps on flickering while on the cockpit mode. You could review it on my previous streams here in Twitch or in Facebook. I think I did a stream for the Airbus A300 the other day, and you can see that there's a flickering. However, the flickering only appears during or when I'm on a cockpit mode. If I have a view on the outside of the aircraft, like on the wings or in the exterior view, there are no flickering. So I don't know what's the problem with that. I've been trying to search on the net regarding those, and I already downloaded the version 2 of the Airbus A300. However, there is still flickering, and I have a problem with enables because the new download for the version 2, my key, I think my key has been hacked. So enables won't give me the reset of my password. So I'm still waiting for the reply. I already sent them my receipt for my purchase for the Airbus A300. But I still have the version 1 of the Airbus A300, and I have those flickering on my cockpit. I don't know what's the problem. There's one solution I made when I open, open the navigation display, or yeah, one of the displays, and place it on another window. The flickering disappears or transfers to that small window that I opened. However, when I use that while I'm streaming, my FPS drops. So that's the problem. So that's why I don't usually stream the Airbus A300 of any builds. Okay, you're going to Mexico. Where are you? But I usually fly the A300. I already landed it safely, Sir Brett. I'm proud of myself. I already landed the A300 RNAV approaches, rather. I would say that. But I think ILS, I had only one experience on landing the A300 on ILS, but I forgot the settings. But might as well practice the RNAV approaches. I'm not a fan of RNAVs. I have an RNAV put me 1,000 feet from the end of the runway and 3,000 feet above it. I was like, nope, never again. But usually at 1,000 feet, using RNAV, I disconnect the autopilot. What I do in the Airbus A300, that I disconnect the autopilot. However, those three buttons, the level change, the altitude hold, and I think that is the profile. I place it on altitude hold in order for the speed to remain on auto speed. So I set it to the approach speed, usually 134, 135. Then after which, I just hand fly the aircraft until I land it. So parang ganun. So, but anyway, I landed it safely. Walang crash. Any landing where you're not splatter spot is a good landing in my book. Yes, that will be true. Tama ka, sir. But I really want to practice since I already, one way or another, I can't say I mastered the landing on RNAV, but I landed safely the aircraft using RNAV. I will be practicing next time how to land the A300 using the ILS. So far, here in the Philippines, among the major airports, let me see, in Manila, only runway 24 has an ILS. In real world, for Mactan, Cebu, that is RPVM, there are no ILS. In Davao, both runways have an ILS. And RPLC, that is Clark, both runways are ILS. Sir Gab, good afternoon, Sir Gab. Yeah, from YouTube, from Facebook pala. Nasaan ka na, Sir Gab? Saan ka na ba? Bumalik ka na. Ayun, paparating na. Nasa Kabanatuan ka na yata, Sir Gab. Doesn't 06 in Manila have ILS? Well, technically, sir, ILS is currently suspended. It's the extension for the suspension for the ILS in Manila. Supposed to be it's on December. Pero, okay, let's read some NOTAMs in Manila. Well, in basing on real world, okay, let me see, where was that? That's why when we are controlling virtually as ATC ground controller in Manila, we usually place on runway 06 RNAV approaches or RNP approaches. Where was that? Yun. December 29, 2021, IAP ILS or localizer for runway 06 is suspended due to ILS runway 06 under, ano bang US? Under maintenance. Okay, so it was extended, supposed to be until December 29, but it's now extended until 27th of March 2022. So until March 27 of this year, there will be no ILS in real world in runway 06 in Manila. I forgot what's the meaning of US. U-S on the NOTAMs. Sir Lodi, Sir Gabriel, baka alam mo, Sir Lods, kung anong ibig sabihin ng US doon sa NOTAMs. U-S. AIP ILS or localized runway 06 suspended due to ILS runway 06. Alam ko parang US is under, ano ba yan? WIP is work in progress. WIP. UC is under construction, or CTN is caution, exert caution. Yan, when passing, parang ganun. Ano kaya ibig sabihin ng US dito sa NOTAMs? Okay, Sir Gabriel, meron pa ako third leg from Manila to Laguindingan. Nice! Grabe, 3 flight ka na. Pauwi ka ng Laguindingan. So, RPLL ka, pumunta ka ng Tuguegarao, then pabalik ng Manila, then going to Laguindingan. Grabe, Lodi, idol. Okay, so I am the lone arrival for General Santos City ngayong araw. Okay, time check right now here in the Philippines is already 22 minutes past the hour of 2 in the afternoon. And again, we will be checking our fuel on board in comparison with our fuel flow. So current fuel on board is 13.7 tons. 700. Okay, and our current fuel flow is let me see, 2874. Okay, so our fuel is still good for less than 2 hours and a half of airtime. So our destination is RPMR, guys, that is General Santos International Airport, also known as Stambler Airport in southern Philippines on the island of Mindanao here in the Philippines, guys. And our alternative airport is Davao International Airport, which is also close to our destination airport, approximately 75 or 73 nautical miles away. And we added some 1 hour or 60 minutes worth of airtime fuel for our flights. So this is the Airbus A350-900 of flight factor with the Philippine Airlines livery, and we are flying live on VATSIM as Philippines 108-1, maintaining 41,000 feet, and we will be or rather, we are transporting 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo going to General Santos. Tapos uwi balik Manila from Lagindingan. Ah, grabe, mag-aapat na leg ka ngayon, Lods. Believe ko sa'yo, oy. Okay, Sir Brett. My friend of mine is also chatting with me on Facebook. In Facebook, also in YouTube. Yun. So that's the reason why sometimes I speak in Tagalog. Or sometimes in Bisaya. No worries. I'm still looking for the solution for that flickering on my screen on our Airbus A300. So right now, there are no active controllers in the Philippines. The closest active controller is Hong Kong Center. Is now online for 48 minutes. Other than that, the next closest controller is Kuala Lumpur and Chiang Mai. And on the east will be Japan. Alright. Kanina sana tanghali maraming lumilipad doon sa Manila. Pero tinatamad pa kasi nag-lunch pa ako. Kanina load sila. Okay, check na natin yung kung buwan natin. Flight plan natin. What time tayo estimated arrival in... Yun. Estimated arrival natin or touchdown natin in General Santos City is 9 minutes past the hour of 3 in the afternoon. Alright, so that is less than an hour from now. Current time is 25 minutes past the hour of 2. And we're expected to be on our top of descent at 0640. Or that is 240. That will be 15 minutes from now. Okay, so nasaan na ba tayo? Check na natin maps natin. Okay, for those of you guys who are not so familiar with the map in the Philippines, we are now in the Visayas region, or that is the central part of the Philippines, and we are over Negros Island. Then after which, hindi na tayo yata dadaan ng Cebu. Then next will be part of Northern Mindanao na yung flight natin. Okay, so saan kaya tayo mag-start ng top of descent natin? Kasi 15 minutes na lang top of descent na natin eh. Okay, so double checking again weather in Tumbler Airport. Clear weather tayo in Tumbler. Ground temperature is 27. Surface winds 053 degrees at 10 knots. Good visibility. No precipitation reported. And QNH is 1010. And if there are no changes for our arrival, for our flight plan, we're expected to use Melby 3 Romeo Star for runway 17. Try mo Arnab Visual Cotabato. Turuan kita. Arnab Visual Cotabato. Cotabato. Saan na yung Cotabato? Cotabato. Lagindingan area plan. Tama ba? Baka mali ko doon, Lord. Saan bang? Tama ba? Sorry. Mindanao nga, pero Cotabato parang nakakalimutan ko. Cotabato ba? Malapit ba? Iba pa yan sa Lagindingan, di ba? Okay guys, we're maintaining a speed right now. We're maintaining Mach 0.87. So our ground speed is 515 knots. True airspeed is 512 knots. With some tail component at 4 knots coming from 012 degrees. Pag-free kalipad tayo dun sa smart ko. Yes sir. Yun nga lang sir, medyo busy nga. Kaya nga naka-fly lang ko ngayon eh. Random question, what does DE and D mean? Are you dent on any builds form? Ano yung DE and D? Anak ko. Ano ibig sabihin? Ano ibig sabihin nun sa forum, sir? Sir Brett, what does dent mean? Or DE and D means? Okay, we'll be flying over Cotabato. Hey, thanks for the link. Just gonna copy this. Gonna check it right now, sir. First of all, so I set out testing and figuring out volumetric were the issue with the Vulcan driver rendering enabled. I enabled the shadow fix on the panel for the A300 and found success after reloading aircraft and art option in the X-Plane menu. If that is done on the load, the FPS and skies works just fine, looks great. Just thought I'd post in case anyone else here had an issue. Where is this shadow fix that we enabled? Having similar issues. Oh, I enabled the shadow fix. Enabled the shadow fix on the panel of the A300s. Okay. So kaya yan. Shadow. Baka ito yung blue shadow. Iba pa yan. Okay, this was posted October 8, Sir Brett. The shadow plugin is on the FB. Okay, I see. Sige. I'll try it after this flight, sir. I'll reload the Inibuilds A300. Sir Gab, ako PF paglipat tayo Cotabato kasi Captain's Runway yun dapat. Dapat lang, sir, ikaw yung lilipad talaga. Dapat lang talaga. Okay, so we are currently, okay, check muna natin flight natin. Baka masyado tayong sasalita dito sa flight natin. So, report natin, we are now 85 nautical miles before our top of descent. So, that will be ideal na to have our arrival briefing. So, let's now prepare our charts. Sir Brett, I hope that that part of the forum will help me. Parang ganun nga. There are some users for the Inibuilds A300 that has that glitch. I'm gonna try it after this flight. Okay, so load natin airport. Approach natin is ILS-7 and arrival natin is Melby 3 Romeo. Tama ba? Melby 3 Romeo. Yeah, Melby 3 Romeo. Fingers crossed. I think it will work. I'll keep you updated for that. Okay, so it's now good to start our arrival briefing. Okay, we are now using Jeppesen charts. This is 10-2 Bravo, published 2nd of April 2021, and we'll be using the Melby 3 Romeo arrival. So Melby 3 Romeo arrival from Melby at above 10,000 to Cueto at above 6,000. So yan, Melby 3 Romeo. So Melby at above 10,000, then to Cueto at above 6,000. Ito ba yung parang dadaan tayo malapit sa bundok? Oo, from Cueto. Then gonna check on the ILS approach. Parang ganito bang ILS? Hindi ako naalala pag ganito talaga. Okay, correlate nga natin, sandali lang. Okay, wait. So correlate natin. Melby, Cueto. Okay, dalawang Cueto. Wait. Yun, Cueto. Then Charlie Foxtrot 17. Then Charlie Foxtrot. Okay, parang ganun. Alright. So, for our ILS approach, we'll be using 11-1, published 17 of September 2021. ILS or localizer runway 17, Tumbler Principal Airport, General Santos City, Philippines. Localizer frequency is 109.5. Final approach course is 170 degrees. Mandatory altitude is at 3,400 feet. Decision altitude natin is 1,400 feet. Airport elevation is 500 feet and runway elevation is also 500 feet. Minimum sector altitude around the aerodrome is on the northwest or the west side of the airport at 9,600 feet. Right, in case of a misapproach, straight out to waypoint Dayan and hold at 3,000. Hold at 3,000 or as instructed by the ATC. And for our aerodrome chart, this is 10-9 published 17th of September 2021. Airport elevation 500 feet. We will be using runway 17, and runway 17 has a length of 3.2 kilometers. And I think kaya nating mag-stop before the southern taxiway before exiting the active runway. Nevertheless, we will be continuing our landing until we reach the end of the runway and just make a 180 turn here. Okay, that concludes our arrival briefing, guys, and let's go back to our aircraft. Okay, check na natin saan na ba tayo. Okay, I can already see our top of descent, less than 80 nautical miles, siguro around 50 to 60 nautical miles na lang siya. Okay, Sir Brett, the other thing is I hope you get your issues sorted so you can update to the latest version. Yes, sir. Hopefully, sir. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Actually, I already downloaded the version 2. There's a problem with the serial license key. However, they are still flickering. There is still the flickering. So I presume that both version 1 and version 2 I have the problem. So hopefully that shadow thing on the EFP will help me. So is the transition level in the Philippines set at 13,000 feet? Actually, sir, it's 11,000 feet. 11,000. Okay, so let's have a short recap of our flight, guys. For those who will be reviewing this stream at this point of time, this is the Airbus A350-900 flight factor, and you are using the Love Bus livery of Philippine Airlines, and we are flying live right now on VATSIM as Philippines 1081, and we are now transporting 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo going to RPMR, that is General Santos International Airport in southern Philippines. And we departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila around 45 minutes ago, and we are still maintaining an altitude of 41,000 feet and cruising at a speed of Mach 0.87. Ground speed, to be exact, is 550 knots. So our top of descent is now, I think, less than 14 nautical miles away. Yes. I'm pretty sure that approach plate set is it's 130, sir, up kapag paland na. But on the departure, you see the transition altitude is I'm not quite so sure what is the difference between the transition level and the transition altitude, but upon departure, upon takeoff, that is 11,000, but on the landing it's 13,000. So that's the reason you saw 13,000. Where did you see that? Yeah, the transition level is flight level 130, but the transition altitude is 11,000. Baka matulungan ako na Sir Gab. Sir Gab, nandiyan ka pa ba? Ano ba pinakaiba ng transition level sa transition altitude? Okay. So I think the transition level to flight level 130, transition altitude is 110. So mandatory altitude natin is 3,400 feet. I think that is on Charlie Foxtrot 1. Saan ba yun? Charlie Foxtrot 1. So, anyway, susundan lang natin yung meron mga bundok dito eh. Try lang natin mamaya. Okay, review ko nga muna. Sandali lang, guys. Parang okay, 3,000 from Cueto. Turn to Charlie Foxtrot 17. So, saan yan si Charlie Foxtrot 17 dito? I only see Foxtrot 17. Then Foxtrot 17. Ito si Foxtrot 17 pala. So, 3,400 feet tayo dito. So meaning, okay. What if tayo mag-overhead? Okay, so this is Foxtrot. Alam ko kasi paglaland ko dito, malapit dito sa mundo ko, it's near on a mountain. Unless we will be passing kuan pa. Okay, there was an option for me earlier. Flight plan, arrival, ILS-17, MLB-3 Romeo. Okay, there is, try nga natin with via over the airport. Try lang natin. Gonna check on it. Okay, may discontinuity. Okay, so mapapas tayo ng airport. So, intercept doon. Check natin. Cotabato, Melby, Cueto. Hirap nito. Hindi. Mali. This is wrong. RPMR arrival, ILS-17, LB3 Romeo, Novia. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's just manage mamaya. Anyway, we still have clear weather naman on our destination, so try natin ma-manage natin mamaya. I think we are already on our top of descent. Descent na tayo 3,000. Okay. Traffic advisory Philippine 1081 heavy leaving flight level 410 on initial descent by the Melby 3 Romeo arrival, expecting ILS approach runway 17 Tumbler Airport. Okay, check na natin. Nasaan ba tayo dito? Okay, so for our new viewers, guys, thank you for watching this stream. This is the stream flight of Airbus A350-900 with the Philippine Airlines Love Bus livery. And we are now flying live on VATSIM as Philippines 1081. So this crazy fat old white boy sent you a screenshot in Messenger. Just look for the cursor. Huh? Just look for the cursor. Sent me in Messenger. You sent me baka nasa message request, so wait. Try to look on it. Message requests. Envelopes. Sige lang. I'm gonna check on it, Sir Brett, later. But the first thing I will do is I will be loading the Airbus A300, just as you suggested. Alright guys, we are now descending to our destination. We're just expecting some 1 hour and 28 minutes of airtime, and we departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport in the capital city of Manila around 52 minutes ago. And we are now on our Melby 3 Romeo descent, and we are passing almost passing 32,000, and we have an altitude restriction on one of our waypoints at 6,000. Alright, that will be nice. And before we forget, let's now set our red nav for our arrival. Okay, let me see. Okay, localizer frequency is 109.5, and final approach course is 173 degrees. And for our perf, let's proceed to our approach page and checking the weather in our destination. The QNH is 1010, ground temperature is 27 degrees Celsius, and winds 053 at 10 knots. And our decision altitude is 1,040 feet. Right, there you go. Alright guys, if you like this stream, don't forget to hit that like or follow button below in order for you to get notified on our next stream. This is again your SkyMedic PH on Twitch and SkyMedic on Facebook and YouTube. And this is our stream flight for this afternoon. A quick time check right now here in the Philippines, already 45 minutes past the hour of 2 in the afternoon. And we are now on our descent towards our destination, that is General Santos International Airport, also known as Tumbler Airport. The ICAO code is Romeo Papa Mike Romeo. And we have 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo on board. And our alternative airport, in case we don't land here at General Santos, will be Davao International Airport, which is around 70 nautical miles to the west, to the northeast of General Santos Airport. Okay, current fuel on board right now is still at 11,000 feet, 11,900. With our fuel flow on each engine at 474 na lang ngayon. Okay. Almost idle na yung ang engines natin because we are already on our descent. Okay, transition level natin is 13,000 feet. So prior to 13,000 feet, we will be doing our approach checklist. So this is again your virtual captain John, member of Airway Philippines Alliance here in the Philippines, a virtual airline based here in the Philippines, and welcome to this stream flight going to Southern Philippines. Sana mag-update na yung weather natin in General Santos. So, RPMR. Okay, this was updated around 3 days ago. So, hindi pa to valid, guys. So, just checking on map on Active Sky PH. Okay, there are no weather disturbances around our destination. So, clear skies tayo upon arrival in General Santos Airport, guys. So this is the Philippine Airlines Love Bus livery for the Airbus A350-900 flight factor. So this is just a white livery with the Philippines name on it, with the Philippine Airlines logo, but there is the difference. There is the Love Bus logo, this one. And this is a real world livery, guys. So there is an existing Airbus A350 Love Bus right now. Actually, the Love Bus is an old named for one of the liveries of Philippine Airlines that was used to a few decades ago, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the Air 300. Not so sure, but if you search on Facebook and if you search on the internet, the Love Bus, the old livery of Philippine Airlines, there is a stripe going across the body or the fuselage of the aircraft. Not so sure about the white color, but yeah, it's the old design. Okay, we are overhead commencing Cotabato Airport. So where's Cotabato? There you go. There's Cotabato Airport, guys. One of the principal airports found here in the Philippines. By the way, I hope I haven't said anything that has been culturally incorrect. I think wala naman, sir. I think none. Do you think what? For you, do you think what is it? Pero I think you don't. Yeah, you didn't say anything negative, sir. Okay, so after our aircrafts straighten this or levels up, we will be disengaging our experialistic. Okay, we are now below 20,000 feet, and maybe around 15 to 14,000 feet we will be having our approach checklist. I am an American, so I haven't a clue what's right or wrong in the Philippines. No worries about that, Sir Ben. Okay, so now let's disable experialistic. So these are the mountain ranges that you can see in Mindanao, Philippines, guys. So we are now on Mindanao Island. And we're expecting to touch down on our destination, runway 17, 6 minutes past the hour of 3 in the afternoon here. So time check right now, it's already 51 minutes past the hour of 2. That will be 6 plus 9. That will be 15 minutes from now. We will be touching down General Santos Airport, runway 17, Ils Approach. Okay, 15,000 feet. Prepared na tayo. ILS. Approach. Here you go. So we are inbound waypoint MLB, 24 nautical miles. Then after Cueto, then gonna turn left towards Charlie Foxtrot 17, Charlie Foxtrot or Foxtrot 17. So after Cueto, our altitude at Sierra Foxtrot 17 must be at least 3,400 feet or below. Expecting to land around 0725 Zulu time. Okay, 0725. So I'll be landing just around, let's see, 20 minutes ahead of you. 20 minutes ahead ka lang, sir. Landing ko is 0706. What time is it in your location, sir? Early morning? If I'm not mistaken, early morning. Okay, 15,000 feet. It's only like 1 a.m. Insomnia kicks in na naman, sir. Insomnia. Hindi ka naman makatulog. Well, tonight I will be going to work, and if it's not toxic in the hospital, I will be going online for VATSIM ATC controller in Manila ground. So if you are still awake by around, let me see, what time is it? Around 13 Zulu time, you could fly in Manila, you can see me there again. So our destination airport is just behind that mountain. Hopefully we don't encounter I was gonna ask you how work has been. So far it's so good. The cases here, well, last 2 months ago, the cases of COVID drops down, but however right now it's again spiking up. So alert level 3 is now up on our city. Hopefully we don't get worst cases of COVID here in our hospital. Okay, passing transition altitude. Let's now set to our QNH to 1010. Double checking. Tumbler Airport 1010, visibility good, more than 10 kilometers, no precipitation reported, 27 degrees Celsius, surface winds 53 degrees at 10 knots. Okay. Approach checklist, briefing is now confirmed, ECAM status check, seatbelts are now on. And minimum set to 1,000, ano ba yun kanina? Minimum set natin, 1,240 feet. And down to the line, below the line, bar of friends set to 1010. Set, approach checklist is now complete, and let's now prepare for our landing. Unless it's traveling via food, I don't understand how those islands are getting worse. Well, maybe let's just change topic. Some of the my fellow Filipinos are hard-headed. You know, if you know what I mean. Alright, 10,000 feet, and it's now good to turn on our landing lights. Beautiful lights. Hopefully, sir, I could have a battery landing. Hopefully. Okay, terrain Andy will be on my side. Let's now decrease our navigation display range to 40 nautical miles. We are now currently inbound to waypoint Cueto, 18 miles, and we have an altitude restriction at Cueto at or above 6,000 feet. Wala namang speed restriction. But we are now reducing our speed to 250 knots since yung allowable speed below 10,000 feet is 250 knots unless the ATC instructs you otherwise. So again, this is your virtual pilot here in the Philippines, guys, a member of Airway Philippines Alliance, a virtual airline based here in the Philippines. And welcome to this stream flight of the Airbus A350-900, the flight factor with the Philippine Airlines Love Bus livery. And we are live on VATSIM as Philippines 1081, and we are already on our continuing descent by the Melby 3 Romeo arrival for our destination airport RPMR, that is General Santos Airport, also known as Tumbler Airport. And we have 142 passengers on board and 13.5 tons of cargo. And we departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport around 1 hour and 7 minutes ago. Ano kaya to? What's this, Sir Brett? Let me check it close. So this is your Twitter. Finally got a chance to fly the Fly JSON Q4. This is over the Philippines in X-Plane11 Active Sky and VATSIM. Enjoy the flight. I so envy you. I so envy you. Because you know how to fly the Q4.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Alright. I want to fly the Q4. Maybe in the future. I'm just mastering how to fly the Airbus A300. Maybe after which I will try to purchase the Q400 of flight JSIM. Okay, let's further decrease our navigation display range to 20 nautical miles so we can see clearly now our terrain.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please make sure you are seated with your seatbelt fastened and your tray tables in the upright position. Any items should be placed to land, and you're ready to turn off all electronic devices until after landing. Thank you.
The Q4 doesn't have an autopilot like the airliners. Like seriously, there's really a basic autopilot and it's okay. Okay, just gonna look at it. So maybe it was. Okay, so we can see here that Sierra Foxtrot 17. No, Charlie Foxtrot 17. We are very near the mountain. Talaga ba? Mag-direct na lang tayo mamaya siguro sa Foxtrot 17 if ever we are really close to the mountain. I call it the 70-30. It does 30% of the work and give you the rest to do. That 70% is still many. Okay, so let me check if we can see now the airport. Yes, we have already visuals of the airport, guys. Okay, let's try flying directing to Foxtrot 17. I think this is too low for our aircraft. Yeah, that's a big molehill on your left. That's not a hill. That's a big mountain. This is a big mountain. So we'll be directing to Foxtrot 17. Or maybe just later. No. It's already near. Amber traffic advisory Philippine 1381 directing Foxtrot 17, expecting Ils Approach runway 17, correction. We're trying to avoid that big mole. Yeah, that's the big mole. So you see we are flying really close to the ground. That's the mountain. Okay, check natin, nag-activate na ba yung approach phase natin? I'm not so sure. Yeah, approach phase is now activated. So autopilot, okay, approach button on and autopilot to engage. Category 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2 engage. We are on our glide slope, but still not yet on the localizer. So this will be an ILS approach, guys, for runway 7 here at General Santos City Airport. And this is their Philippine Airlines livery Airbus, Love Bus for the Airbus A350-900 flight factor. Okay, there's an altitude restriction as 3,400 feet before we turn right for a straight-in landing for runway 17. Let's add some volume.
$2,500.
Okay, cabin crew are now seated and the cabin is secured and ready for arrival.
2,500.
Nope. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. Flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. Localizer glide slope checked. Runway elevation is okay, 503 feet. Taas ah. Okay, so 2,500 plus 500, so 3,000 feet tayo. Gear down. Right.
2,000.
Arm. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3. And flaps 4, speed check, flaps 4. No slides on, runway turnouts on. Landing checklist, cabin crew advice, auto thrust and speed, auto brakes on low. Okay, bakit ayaw? Yun, auto brakes on low. And Ika memo landing no blue, landing checklist is complete. And prepare for landing.
100 above. Minimum.
2 whites to reds.
$1,000.
Thanks, sir. That's 390. 353. Oh, sorry. Stand by.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40,
There.
30, 20, 10, 10,
Hard landing. ADSL, spoilers, reverse green. Okay, 80 knots. One more braking. Okay, flaps retracted, spoilers disarm. Autopilot 1 to disengage, and my controls. Here on the right side, here on the left side. Strobe lights on, landing lights. Tumbler traffic advisory, Philippine 181 heavy, vacating the occupied the southern taxiway and will taxi the standard choice. Let's now turn off our getting MD, turning off our weather systems. Okay, after landing checklist, flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed, radar are off, predicted ventures off, and that's down to the line, below the line, APU master switch on. And APU start. Alright guys, and welcome to General Santos Tumbler Airport. Clear on the right side and clear on the left side. Right guys, and we will be choosing the stand with the air bridge, and after which we'll finish our checklists and we'll be disconnecting on VATSIM and we'll be reviewing this flight. So according to our self-loading cargo, our landing was negative 151 feet per minute. I forgot to check. How about on my Fly Live Studio? So we'll just choose this one. Okay, that is stand 5. Okay, let's now turn off our turn lights and nose lights. Clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Set. Baba. Nasaan mo siya ba? Hindi ko nakikita. He's gone. Okay, parking brake set, pressure's up. And let's now turn on our EPU bleed and shutting down engine number 1. Okay, N1 is less than 10%, shutting down engine number 1. Less than 10% N1. Let's now turn off our beacon lights, aviation lights, all lights are off, seatbelt signs are off.
Cabin crew, doors manual, please.
Alright guys, welcome to General Santos Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cockpit will begin with flight with us today. On behalf of myself, first officer, and the cabin crew, we'd like to introduce you to the airport soon, and very soon. Thank you for flying with us. Cabin crew, the airplane is now secure. Go ahead and open the doors.
Okay, let's expedite their boarding. And let's review our flight report for our self-loading cargo plug-in. Our pilot grade A positive. Landing rate was negative 151 feet per minute. Okay, scheduled departure was 0530. Off blocks time was 0536. We're delayed by 6 minutes. Scheduled arrival is 0736 and on blocks time is 0714, and we are now early and no problem with my airmanship. Thank you for that. Okay, and let's now disconnect on VATSIM and we will be reviewing our landing. Welcome guys to General Santos International Airport. This is Tumbler Airport here in General Santos, one of the international airports here in the Philippines. And right now, before we end this stream, we will be reviewing our landing. Alright guys, this is already our recap for our landing here at General Santos Airport. This is the Airbus A350-900 flight factor with the Philippine Airlines Love Bus livery. And we just arrived here at General Santos Airport by Ils Approach for runway 17. Okay, let's now check our arrival guys. Let's just fast forward this. Let's now check our touchdown. There. Okay. 150 FPM. Okay, that's a good landing. Okay, let's now check our the left wing passenger view for our landing. So nakita yung wing flex natin doon. Okay, at this view it's negative 148. Okay, there goes our reversers guys. Okay, and one last view for landing. Let's now check our tower view. So Sir Brett, this is the this was the big mole that we were talking about earlier. Okay, fast forward muna natin. Yes, Sir Sir Brett, Sir Thank you, thank you. With the aid of ILS, of course. Okay, the average. Okay, my average landing rate is negative 150 or 151. Okay, that's a good landing. Okay guys, at this point I will now be ending our stream. Thank you very much for watching this stream, guys. This is your virtual pilot here in the Philippines, Captain John, a member of Airway Philippines Alliance, a virtual airline group based here in the Philippines, and we were in command of this Airbus A350-900 flight factor with the Philippine Airlines Love Bus livery. This is a real-world livery for our flag carrier. And we just arrived here at General Santos International Airport via runway 17 Ils Approach, and we departed Ninoy Aquino International Airport around 1 hour and 40 minutes ago. We have 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo, and we did have a flight altitude of 41,000 feet. So this is a recap of our arrival. We are now entering the apron via the Southern Taxiway. Alright, so time check right now here in the Philippines, already 20 minutes past the hour of 3 in the afternoon, or that will be 0720 Zulu time. And I think Sir Brett is also commencing his landing on Memphis using its Airbus A300. Have a nice landing, Sir Brett, if you haven't still haven't landed yet. And guys, thank you for watching this stream. If you like this stream, don't forget to hit that like follow button below and share this to your friends in order for you and for them to get notified on our next stream. You can catch me here at Twitch at SkyMedicPH, and you can catch me also in Facebook and YouTube at SkyMedic. And thank you very much for watching. I'm also streaming as ATC ground controller in Manila, but maybe that will be on our next stream, maybe on Wednesday. And thank you very much for watching this stream, and hope you have a nice day ahead of you. Sir Brett, 23 nautical miles to land at LAX. LAX pa lang, not from not this. Okay, that's very near na. Maybe all your team visit na. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Sir Brett, have a nice morning there in America. Have a nice landing. Sir Yudaman in Malaysia, have a nice afternoon. Sir Gabriel, nice flight, sir. See you naman next time. And to all of you guys who will be reviewing this stream, thank you very much for watching. And this is again your virtual Captain John, now signing off. Keep safe guys, and bye!